Good evening, viewers. So, all of you are getting my audio, video. Join fast. So, if you are getting my audio, please write in chat box. Show your thumbs up. So, today I am going to discuss. Okay, good. So, you all are getting my audio, right? Okay. So, my video is also visible, right? Okay, nice. So, audio, video, everything is okay. So, now I have decided to do a revision class on the subject accountancy, and I decided to take uh, three chapters: company, partnership form, and accounting ratio. So, so I want to ask you that which topic you want first. You can write in chat box. Rahul Kumar. Well, so still now very less number of the students have joined. Accounting ratios you want. As for tomorrow examinations, this is the one short class. So I am giving you briefly about the topics. So details discussions will be done in the later class. Today I will give you briefly about the topics chapter wise. Okay. So in accounting ratio, that balance sheet, profit and loss accounts of a company is taken for calculating various accounting ratios, that is the balance sheet and profit and loss accounts. These two financial statements useful for calculating accounting ratio, that is the accounting data variables taken from the balance sheet, taken from the profit and loss account. Then we calculate the accounting ratio. Well, the first accounting ratio, let me start the first accounting ratio then, and thereafter I will start your company chapters and partnership form, many important topics I have taken today. Okay, well, so I am sharing my screen. So all of you see the screen. So all of you got it. Okay. So now share. I'm sharing my screen. So then we will get one by one everything. This that this is one short class, okay? And this one only revision purpose. This class I'm taking. So screen is visible. Okay, dears. See all of you that screen is visible or not. In chat box, just you write down anyone a student so that it's a visible, sir. Just write down in chat box. Screen screen is visible or not. Wait. Now you see. Okay. It is not appearing. Screen. Wait. Maybe I have to stop it. Oh. Wait. Oh. Now see. It's visible, right? Accounting ratio. What is accounting ratio given here? Okay. What is accounting ratio? You see the relationship between two accounting figures expressed mathematically is known as accounting ratio. So data, so these two accounting figures, two accounting figures we take from the balance sheet, we take from the profit and loss account, and that is figures and two figures relationship is established. That is the relationship between two accounting figures expressed mathematically is known as accounting ratio. So now all of you understood what is accounting ratio. So accounting ratio which is computed or calculated with the help of accounting figures. Accounting figures, that is the value of various assets, value of various liabilities, current assets, non-current assets, current liabilities, non-current liabilities. These we find in the balance sheets of a company, and gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating ratio. These we calculate from the profit and loss statement. All right, so this is the figures and the relationship between two accounting figures expressed mathematically is known as accounting ratio. Now, thereafter, what is ratio analysis? Ratio analysis here. Ratio analysis refers to the process of computing, that is, accounting ratios we calculate, determining and explaining the relationship between the component items of financial statement in terms of ratio. So ratio to you all of you know that like a 3 is to 2, 1 is to 2, 5 is to 2, like this way the ratios and accounting figures, a relationship is established by taking two different figures. Okay, then here it is given what state the classification of accounting ratios. Classification: accounting ratios are classified from various point of view. One is called liquidity ratio, second one is called solvency ratio, third one is activity ratio or turnover ratio. Turnover ratio. Okay, turnover ratio. activity ratio or turnover ratio, like stock turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, creditors turnover ratio. There are various turnover ratios we calculate. And profitability ratio, gross profit ratio, under profitability ratio, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating ratio, operating profit ratio, return on investment, ROI, return on investment, ROI, investment point of view, profitability ratio we calculate. So now if you get one question, give two example of profitability ratio, then what will be your answer? You can say one is gross profit ratio, second one is net profit ratio, net profit ratio. Okay. Now similarly, if you are asked the question, give two example of solvency ratio, here the solvency ratio, then you can say that debt equity ratio, debt, DEBT, debt equity ratio. Then one more examples. So one is first one, second one I am taking here. Your proprietary ratio, proprietary. So give two example of solvency ratio. Then what will be your answers? Solvency ratios. So what I said, number one, it is visible. Debt equity ratio, debt equity ratio. Number two, it is, you can write proprietary ratio, proprietary ratio. This is the examples. Then each ratio has a formula. So the debt equity ratio, you can say long term debts divided by shareholders fund. Shareholders fund. This is the formula for calculating a debt equity ratio. Okay. So like similarly, wait, this one. Then if you need to calculate the proprietary ratio, give the formula of proprietary ratio. And then you have to say that is your shareholders funds. What is shareholders funds divided by total asset. Total assets. Shareholders fund divided by total assets. Okay. So just a minute. Let me check one thing. All right. Now all of you just write in the chat box. So writing all these things are visible to you or not? Just write yes sir, or if it is visible, my audio, video, everything is okay. Just write in chat box. So what I am teaching, it is visible to you all. So on the screen, it is visible, right? Okay, okay. That's well. In this way, we calculate. Now, different types of ratios. So only here. This way, the active liquidity ratio. So give two example of liquidity ratio. Then what will be your answer? Under liquidity ratios, we calculate current ratio and liquid ratio. Okay. And what is? Give two example of current ratio. Oh, sorry, a liquidity ratio. This is the ratios which I told you that the classification ratio. They state the classification of accounting ratio. So then accounting ratios may be classified into four categories as follows. Four categories. So number one is the liquidity ratio. So like I told you that give two example of solvency ratio, then what will be your answer? You can say that uh, debt equity ratio and proprietary ratio. And what will be the two example of your activity ratio or turnover ratio? So you can say stock turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, creditors turnover ratio. Okay. And similarly, give two examples of liquidity ratio. Then your answers liquidity ratios we calculate current ratio number one, current ratio. Okay, current ratio. Then number two, liquid ratio. Liquid ratio. Okay. So this is the current ratio. What is the formula of current ratio? Current ratio formula is current asset. That is the sum total of current assets divided by sum total of current liabilities. This current liabilities. Okay. And liquid ratio formula, liquid assets, the total value of liquid assets available in the firm company business divided by current liabilities. So this current ratio formula, current assets by current liabilities, and this liquid ratio formula, liquid assets by current liabilities. Okay, now I'm showing you one problem based on current assets, current liabilities, liquid assets, and liquid liabilities. So yeah, I will show you this. Lot of things are to be discussed, but today I'm covering only the one short class. So only important points that I am discussing with you, and in the upcoming classes you will get the details. So what here, like this is the current ratio formula. What is current ratio? Sometimes one question is asked, 1 marks question, what is current ratio? Then what will be your answer? It shows the relationship between current assets and current liabilities. So it is calculated using the formula. Okay, we're using the formula here. What is the current ratio formula here? Current assets by current liabilities. So I have taken few items of current assets. So these are the always current assets items. So in the business, cash in hand. If you get in the question cash in hand, it is always current assets. If you get in the question cash at bank, it is always current assets. Sundry debtors, current asset. Bills receivable, current asset. Short-term loans and advances given, current assets. Inventories, that is stock, current assets. Prepaid expenses, salary paid in advance, prepaid expenses. Rent paid in advance, prepaid expenses. Okay, so like this is and your electricity bill paid in advance, prepaid expenses. Accrued income, certain incomes which are accrued and it is not yet received. So right to receive is arised, accrued income. And one more, short term investment. This is short term investment. So these are the list of current assets. And you remember that these are the current assets list. And similarly, current liabilities here, the current liabilities. The list of current liabilities, sundry creditors, bills payable, bank overdraft, cash credit, short term loans from banks. It is taken. Short term loan taken from bank for business purpose. And here it is also there is a short term loans and advance. It is given, so the business has given the short-term loans and advances to other people. Okay, that is the current assets. If the business has taken the loan, short-term loans and advances from the bank, it is current liabilities. So taken current liabilities, given current assets. Okay, it's a depends purely on period. If it is given for 1 year term, then it will be current liabilities. If it is given, then it will be current assets. If it is given more than 1 year period, then it will not be current asset. It will be non-current assets. Okay, so these are the items, the list of current liabilities we always consider. And whenever you need to calculate the current ratio, and if you are given this type of information, then you find out the sum total of current assets, sum total of current liabilities, and the total current asset divided by current liabilities, the current ratio. The results which you get, that is the current ratio. Okay, so like this here, this. Now I'm taking here one problem that is sometimes we need to calculate with the help of this type of questions for calculation of this. So all of you see this. This type of question is very important in examinations point of view. Here it is given. Current liabilities of a company are rupees 1,50,000 and its current ratio is 3 is to 1 and liquid ratio is 1 is to 1. Calculate the value of current assets, liquid assets, stock, and current liabilities. So I am adding here and current liabilities. So whenever you get this type of questions, and this type of question is very important. Okay. So this type of question, you see that a current ratio formula, just I told you that this is the current assets by current liability. And the ratio is given here 3 is to 1. So 3 by 1 ratio. So 3 is the current assets and 1 is the current liabilities. Okay. And now, oh, it is given the question. So here it is, you see, a current liability of a company. Okay, this I have failed to notice. So current liabilities of a companies are 1,50,000. It is given in the question. All right. So we don't need to calculate the current liabilities. So here I added this is. So that means you have to current liabilities is given. So then you put the value using the formula. Current ratio is given 3 is to 1. So current ratio is replaced by 3 by 1. Then current asset is to be calculated. Current liabilities is given here 1,50,000. So cross multiplications 1,50,000. 3 into 1,50,000 equal current asset. So 4,50,000 equal current assets. Hence current asset is rupees 4,50,000. So this is how we calculate using the formula. Just I told you that current ratio formula, current assets, current liability. And here you have to take into account the current ratio also. This current ratio is given. So that is to be replaced by value current ratio. That is 3 is to 1 means 3 by 1. Okay. All right. Now say then what do we have to need to calculate? Liquid ratio. So in the same manner, liquid ratio. So liquid assets by current liabilities. Liquid assets divided by current liabilities. And the liquid ratio is given here in the questions. Like here, 1 is to 1. This is the liquid ratio. And this liquid ratio is to be replaced by values. So it is 1 is to 1 means 1 by 1. And then you say liquid formula is liquid assets by current liabilities. Okay, and again, so cross multiplication. So 1,50,000 equal liquid assets. So hence, liquid asset is rupees 1,50,000. And there is a difference between current assets and liquid assets. Normally, in practice, just I had shown you that current assets values. Okay, so items of current assets, items of current liabilities, and from the current assets, if you exclude certain values, then the balance will be current liquid assets. Okay, so liquid assets here I will show you this. How to understand that which are current assets, which are liquid assets? Wait, I will show you this. This one. So I am showing you all. This is the liquid assets. Okay. And here you see comparison. This is the current assets. This is the current assets, and this is the liquid assets. Okay. Now, what is the difference? So, in the difference is that this is the prepaid expenses. These prepaid expenses and inventories. These two items are excluded from the liquid assets. They are current assets but not liquid assets. And the rest of the items, cash in hand, cash at bank, they are liquid assets as well as current assets. Now you see the comparison. You see here, this is the list of current assets and this is the list of current liabilities. What is the difference? This is the difference there is that here you see that inventory and prepaid expenses is not there. All right. In this liquid assets list, inventory value, that is a stock or inventory value, and prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses. These two items are only current assets. They are not liquid assets. And the rest of the liquid assets are they are liquid assets as well as current assets. So this is the comparison which I have shown you. All right. Okay. Now based on this, so that's we are solving one problem, and in this manner, so we have to calculate like using formula, hence liquid assets. Yes. And now you see one more element that you have to calculate, that is a stock, where it is given this one. We calculate here it is given the current assets, liquid assets, and stock or inventory. Okay. Now this the formula always you remember that a stock value is calculated current assets minus liquid assets. So current assets value we got in this question is 4,50,000. This one, this is current assets 4,50,000, and the liquid assets we calculated just now 1,50,000. So the difference is 3 lakhs, and this represent a stock value or inventory value. Here, current assets minus liquid assets. 4,50,000 minus 1,50,000. The balance is 3 lakh, and this 3 lakh represent inventory value. Okay. Well, now I'm taking another problem of, so I will solve it. I have not ready available. I will take one question. So another type of, okay. Now you see I'm taking one questions on the screen. You all of you see it. So suppose one question is asked like this. If a current ratio is say 3 is to 1 and liquid ratio is 2 is to 1, okay, and working capital working capital is rupees 50,000. Find amount of current asset, or you write current liabilities, current assets, liquid assets, and value of stock or inventory. So this is the questions. Okay. So then you say how it is solved. Solution. So current working capitals is given in the question. So this is the working capital. So and we always remember that working capital formula is current assets minus current liabilities equal working capital. Okay. So this formula. Working capital equal current assets minus current liabilities, or current assets minus current liabilities equal working capital. So then you say current ratio is given 3 is to 1. So in this case, 3 is to 1 means the current asset is 3 times of that current liabilities. So then in this case, you have to assume let current liability be X and current assets are, this is the ratio is given 3 is to 1. So then current assets will be 3x. So x 3 is to 1. So I told you that uh, current ratio formula is current assets by current liability. All right. So that, and it is given current assets by current liability means 3 by 1. And it is implies that current asset is with 3 times of current liabilities. So then if you assume the current liabilities be X, then automatically current assets will be 3 times of X, that is the 3X. Okay, now putting this in the formula above, it is given a current assets minus current liabilities equal working capital. So current assets we assume here 3X and current liabilities X, and working capital is given in the question is rupees 50,000. Okay, since it is an equation, solve it. So 3X minus X, 2X equal rupees 50,000. So then therefore X equal rupees 50,000 divided by 2. So it is rupees 25,000. Cancel it. Okay. So then what is the X? X is current liabilities. So hence current current liabilities equal rupees 25,000, and you will get current assets equal rupees 25,000 into 3 times. This is the 3, or you can write here equal 3 into rupees value of X. Value of X is how much? The value of X is 25,000. So equal rupees 75,000. Okay. So the current asset is 75,000, current liability is 25,000. Then now if you verify this, then you will get the 3 is to 1 ratio. How to verify? So you know that the current assets current ratio formula, current assets by current liabilities. So current asset is 75,000 and current liabilities is 25,000. Now you will get the same ratio, 3 is to 1. Here this is 25 1 ja, 25 7 ja, 25 3 is 75. So here you got 3 is to 1. So that means your values which you got, it is correct. And this values you will get. This is for verification purpose, that the value which you calculated, it is correct or incorrect. So if you are getting the same ratio 3 is to 1, so that means the value is correct. So in this way we can verify it. Okay, it is for verification purpose. The value of current assets and current liability which you obtain and you use in formula, and if you get the same ratio which is given here, this is 3 is to 1, that means the value which you get is correct. Okay, now from the given questions, it is you have to calculate current liabilities, so we calculated the current liabilities. Current assets, so we calculated the current assets. Now we have to calculate liquid assets. Okay, so now liquid assets, the ratio is given, so liquid assets formula is liquid ratio equal liquid assets divided by current liabilities. All right, so now liquid ratio is given in the question. What is the liquid ratio? It is given 2 is to 1. So here where it is, this is the liquid ratio is 2 is to 1, means 2 by 1. So here you put the liquid ratio is to be replaced by 2 is to 1, 2 by 1. And then liquid assets you have to calculate. Okay, in short form, liquid assets LAI wrote. And current liabilities just we got here rupees 25,000 above calculation. This X value and this 25,000, hence current liabilities 25. So this value is to be replaced, current liabilities. And now cross multiplications here, 2 into rupees 25,000 and your liquid assets, and it is rupees 50,000. So your liquid asset equal 50,000, hence liquid assets, rupees 50,000. Okay, now what we have to calculate next, we have to calculate stock. So a stock, just I told you in the preceding questions, the stock formula, while calculating the stock value or inventory value, you take current assets minus liquid assets. Okay, the value of current assets we got, it is 75,000. Which one? This one. This is the current asset 75,000, right? And minus liquid assets, just we got here, it is 50,000. So rupees 50,000. So what is the difference? Difference is, okay, so difference is rupees 25,000. This 25,000. So you have to calculate the four elements from the given questions: current assets, current liabilities, liquid assets, and value of stock. So these four elements we calculated. Okay, whenever you get this type of question, so you solve in this manner. These procedures you should follow it. Step by step, I have shown you the solutions. So all of you watch it, practice it. So this type of question is very important in examinations. Okay. Well, so all of you hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Okay, now tell me what is your question? What you have not understood? Write in the chat box. I am taking your questions. Well, so wait. All right. Okay, what is your question? So it comes 4 marks. That four elements you have to compute: current liabilities, current assets, liquid assets and inventory values. So this type of question carry 4 marks. Okay. All right. Now, any questions that you have not understood? So, what is this first equation? What you want to say? The first equation. So, what this I didn't get. This is the. Would you repeat the question again, please? This was the first equation, sure. Which one? Current ratio. Write in the chat box if you have not understood. So then I will take your question. I will reply. No issue. Okay. Well, so from the this is a very your what is called only for revision type class. I am conducting this today. Revision type class one shot. Briefly, all these three topics I will cover. Okay, now I am taking one problem from company. So that is issue of shares. A public limited company raise shares, sorry, fund by issue of shares. And the accounting point of view, journal entries that we need to record. Very simple problems I have taken. I will try to explain you, and all of you watch it. So if you have any doubt, probably uh, you may able to clear your doubt on in connection with the issue of shares. Okay. So you see, very simple problems I have taken here. Company issue of shares. So this type of questions also we can expect. Right. You see here, company. What is the question? So I am reading this. So you see, a company issued 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each, payable as follows. On applications, rupees 3, on allotment, rupees 4, on final call, rupees 3. This the sum total will be the 10 rupees, and this sum total 10 rupees is this one, the base face value of shares. Okay, face value. So always this is the subtotal. If the shares are issued at par, then this value will be equal to this. So 3 plus 4, 7 plus 3, 10. Right. Then you say all the applications were fully subscribed and amount fully received except one shareholders holding 500 shares failed to pay his allotment and final call money. Simple. And now give journal entries to record the above transaction in the bookshop company. Okay. Now this is I will explain you with the help of a table. First, you try to understand the journal entries. So always the journal entries are to be recorded in this manner. First, you have to write what is your solution. The journal entries in the bookshop company. Particulars, okay, amount in rupees, and this is the debit column, and this is the credit column. This is journal entries. Now, first entry is a bank account debit to share application account. How many shares issued? 30,000. 10,000 shares. And what is the value of application money? You see, I will show you this. This, uh, wait. Now you see here what is on your screen. You see I am showing this. Now I will explain you with this, with the help of this table. You try to understand, very important. Once you understand this table, so your company chapters become so easy. Now here you see the number of shares issued. This is the 10,000. Okay, so that 10,000. Now you see it is given in the questions applications money rupees 3. So here I have taken applications rupees at the rate of rupees 3 each. Then allotment, it is given in the question rupees 4. Okay, and final call, it is given rupees 3. Right, and call scenario. So one shareholders failed to pay 500 shares for allotment money and call money. Now this one that you need to understand. So application money, what is the 3,000? Sorry, 3 rupees for how many shares? 30,000, 10,000. So 10,000 into 3, 30,000. So this is you have to write in the bank account. Okay, so you have to write in bank account, and this is written here. This is bank, and this is the journal entry. Bank account debit to share application account 30,000, 30,000. So how did you get that? This is the 10,000. So being share application money, this is the share application money received on 10,000 shares at the rate of rupees 3 each. This one. And this is providing by the table. Here, this table. This. You have to understand it. Now, whenever you get when you record the allotment entry, then this allotment entry again 10,000. What is the amount on allotment for? So then this is the 10,000 into 4, 40,000. This 40,000. And what is here written here? It is written calls in arrears. So when we write calls in arrears, when when any shareholders fail to pay the allotment money, and this is given here. This is the except, you see here, except one shareholder holding 500 shares failed to pay his allotment and final call money. Okay, final call money. So that means this 500 shares rupees is to be deducted. Now you see one by one. That table again I will take. Again, I will show. This is how we record entries. So journal entries in this sequence you maintain. First, you write down the bank account. Here, this is the bank account debit to share applications account. This bank account debit. How many shares issued? 10,000. So 10,000. What is the application money? 3. So 10,000 into 3, 30,000. This and narrations 10,000 into 3, 30,000. Journal entries are almost fixed. Only amount will be changed. How many shares company had issued depends on this. Thereafter, this is the application money which is received, and it is a part of share capital, and that is to be transferred to share capital. And always this is the always the same entry. This share application account debit to share capital account. Amount is not, I forgot to write here. So amount will be 30,000 debit column and 30,000 credit column. So same amount. Sometimes you will get difference when there is an over subscription, under subscription, then questions will be different. Here the amount. But this amount is always whatever the amount here. In case of oversubscription, then there is a difference you will find. So this is not oversubscription nor under subscription. That means whatever the number of shares company had issued, the whole shares are subscribed by the shareholders, by the public. And now here, what is the narration? Being share application money on 10,000 at the rate of rupees 3 each transfer to share capital account as per board resolution number dot dot dated dot dot. So this 30,000. So this first journal entries, when you record public issue in the bookshop company. So what is the applications money? You will get in the questions, and the same applications money automatically transferred to share capital account. So this application money is received for share capital. So share capital, the capital which is raised by issue of shares, that is share capital. Okay. Now, third entry. Now this is the third entry, and this is share allotment account debit. This is called a due entry. Once the shares are issued, and subsequently the amount becomes due from the shareholders, and that is why the share allotment account debit to share capital account. So total amount due on share allotment, that is the allotment money is 4, so 10,000 into 4, 40,000. This is the total amount due. How this one, you see on the table here, this is this table. Now we are recording the allotment. So allotment again 10,000. 10,000. What is the allotment money? 4. So 10,000 into 4. This is the due amount, 40,000. 10,000 rupees, sorry, 10,000 shares at the rate of rupees 4 each. So 10,000 into 4, 40,000. And there is a call scenario. Just I told you that one shareholder holding 500 shares failed to pay his allotment and final call money. So that this amount is not received. So total due amount is 40,000. So then 500 into 4, 2,000. So this amount company has not received. So then total amount, what is total amount received? It is 38,000. So 40,000 minus 2,000, 38,000. So this amount will be recorded in bank account. Okay, so see journal entries. So 38,000 bank account I have written there. So this one, this here bank account debit, this 38,000 to share allotment account, 38,000. And what is this? So total shares allotment money is 10,000, but one shareholder has not paid 500 shares allotment money deducted. So it becomes 9,500. Then I will show you in the calculator. You see the calculator values. Okay, so here it is. So you see, is it visible? 10,000 minus 500 equal 9,500. So into allotment money 4. So this is 38,000. So this 38,000 company has received from the public, and this is to be written here, debited. This 38,000. So this is written 9,500 of rupees 4 each. 9,500 into 4, 38,000. So company has not received 2,000 shares allotment money. Okay. Then final call. Share final call account debit. So share final call to share capital account. Now again due. Share final call. Due amount. How many shares company is supposed to receive? Again, you see the table. In the table, see here. Now share final call. I will take the final call here. So this is the final call money given rupees 3. in the questions, right? So 3 into 10,000, 30,000. So this one, this is 30,000. This is, it is a final call column. See the table. So interesting table. You can understand from this table lot of things about the issue of shares. So shares is 10,000. Application money is 3, then multiplied by 3. Allotment money is 4, then multiplied by 4. Final call money is 3, then multiplied by 3. So this, you see here, I have written this. Now final call money, this one, 30,000. And this is 3 into 10, 30,000 from here. Again, one shareholder holding, this is given in the question that he has not paid the allotment money. So you deduct from the allotment money. He has not paid the final call money. So deduct from the final call money. This is how many shares? 500 shares. So 500 shares, final call money rupees 3. So 500 into 3, 1500. So that means this 1500 rupees not received by the company from the shareholder. That is the shareholders defaulted. shareholders को कंपनी को पैसा ही नहीं मिला, तो कंपनी को मिलना था कितना 30,000 रुपीज, मिला कितना 1500, सॉरी 1500 नहीं मिला, आउट ऑफ 30,000 से 1500 नहीं मिला, मिला कितना, सो 30,000 माइनस 1500, तो 28,500 कंपनी को मिला. दैट इज द बैंक अकाउंट. ओके, अकाउंट है. सो ए एक्स हो गया, ए सी अकाउंट. So this is the, and this entries to be recorded here. Now I'll show you this. Okay, here you see this. The final call. So total amount due 10,000 into 3. This is the bank share final call this. And but what is the amount received? 28,500. This one how? So that 10,000 minus 500 into 3. So if you minus it 9,005, then 10,000 minus 500 here, 10,000 minus 500 equal 9,500. But final call money payable is rupees 3. So into 3. So this is 28,500. So, okay. And this 28,500 is written now. Now again you need to pass the call scenario and journal entries. So call scenario, when we pass this journal entry, this call scenario account debit, this is. Now you have to see again the table. I will show you again the table. Now again freshly I will take. Okay. Now you see the company has not received the allotment money on 500 shares at the rate of rupees for this 2000, and I wrote it in the call scenario column. So this is the 2000 company has not received on allotment money, and this is the company has not received on share final call money, since it is written in the final call column here, this and this. So company has not received allotment money, and company has not received final call money rupees 1500 and allotment money 2000. So this is to be recorded with the help of calls in area journal entries. Now see, this is how to be recorded. This, whenever there is a call scenario in the question, so you always debit the call scenario account, and which uh, segment amount is not received. So here, like share allotment money, amount not received is 2000. Share final call money, amount not received is 1500. So total amount not received is 3,500. This is okay. So now narrations, you can write being non-receipt of share allotment and final call money in simple way, or you can write in this way also, being share allotment money on 500 shares at the rate of rupees 4 each, and final call money on 500 shares, number of shares is same, 3 each, Transfer to call scenario account for non-payment. Non-payment means company has not received. And this is the journal entries to we are recording as a company. That is why it is given in the question here. It is so this is the journal entries in the bookshop company means we are recording these journal entries as a company. So company receiving the money by issue of shares. Company receiving money by issue of shares, and it is through applications, through allotment, through final call. So all these transactions are to be recorded with the help of journal entries. So this is the convenient journal entries, and this table is very helpful to you all for understanding of this type of questions, how this is drawn. And now ultimately the total amount not received is 3500. That is the call scenario. Okay. And one more interesting thing is that here, uh, so total amount company has to receive. This is the, how many shares company has issued? 10,000 of rupees 10 each. And this amount company is receiving in installment. Okay, it is called installment. Company is receiving this amount in installment, and the installments are application is one installment, allotment is the second installment, and final call is the third installment. So all the total amounts when you total it, so you will get only amount 96,500. So 30,000 plus 38,000 plus 28,500. Okay, so then you will get 96,500, because you're supposed to get, but the company has to receive 1 lakh rupees, but one shareholder he has not paid this amount. I told you not this, he has not paid. That is a 2,000 and 1,500. So out of 1 lakh, this is the total amount company has to receive. 10,000 into 10, 1 lakh rupees. But company has received only what is 96,500, because 3,500 company has not received. And if you minus it, that is the call scenario. Call scenario means the amount which is not received by a company from the shareholders. On allotment, company has not received 2,000, and on final call, company has not received 1,500. So then, so you see, I'll show you in the calculator calculations here. Total amount company supposed to receive 1 lakh minus 3,500 company has not received. So the balance, this is 96,500. And this 96,500 is shown here. Okay, this is this plus this total. Here it is shown this 1 lakh minus 3,500, 96,500. Our company has received 30,000 on application. Company has received 38,000 on allotment. Company has received only 28,500 on final call. An amount which is not received, it will be call scenario. All right. So this is how the things have been explained to you. And now you always remember this sequence for recording the journal entries in the bookshop company. And there is a many more things are there, but your recording of transaction journal entry in connection with the issue of shares, so this is the shows where, so and other things will be added. Now sometimes there will be forfeiture of shares, and sometimes there will be again forfeited shares reissued. That portions will be added, but the original question is this one. We have to understand the questions in this manner. Okay, then other things for features reissue shall be added accordingly. The table slightly will be changed, but the overall solving the problem to understanding the problem of issue of shares is this way. This one, allotment, final call. This one. Okay, call scenario here. This one. Well, so this is the problems regarding issue of shares. Simple problem. So it is a very simple problem. I have explained you, and the details explanations will be done. Many more problems will be solved in similar classes in the upcoming period. Okay, this is the only for to make understood to you that about the journal entries in connection with the issue of shares. When company issue the shares, when company raise the fund by issuing of shares, and different publics purchase the shares and they pay the money, and that money company received and company utilized for the purpose of carrying on business activities, and out of that business activities company made profit, and thereafter the profit amount again distributed to the shareholder, those who have invested money in the company, and that they will get a dividend. Well, so now I am taking, so uh, if you have any questions, so then I will take from here. Okay, which solutions you are talking about? Hello. I didn't get this. Sorry, this one, sir. Keep straight. We take a screenshot. Sir, show again that solution. Which solution? Ratio analysis. Well, so then I was thinking to discuss with you about what is accounting ratio. Briefly, I highlighted only, and similarly, company issue of shares is also highlighted, and 10-15 minutes more I will take on the partnership form. I will show you briefly about the partnership form. Okay. So this is I didn't get this. So again that solution. Which solutions you are talking about? You please write again. Ratio analysis. Well, now I'm taking uh, partnership form. What this is. So here partnership form. The all of you see the definition. It is appearing on the screen now. So what is the business maximum minimum to maximum minimum to here two or more person. So what is the minimum persons required for partnership form? Two. What is the maximum? It is 50. This is the 50. This one. Got it? Given here this 50. Well, I'm taking the 2 minutes break. Just all of you see this. The features. State any two features or three features on partnership. What will be your answers? So that is the partnership must have at least the partnership form must have minimum 2% and maximum 50. That is the plurality here. It is given plurality. Singular, plural. Not singular is sole proprietorship business, and in partnership business, minimum 2% is required. That is why it is plurality. Okay, this is given here. Plurality of persons. Well, I'm taking 1 2 minutes break. So by the time all of you watch it, but you have not subscribed the channel and you have not liked the button. You like the button, all of you. Subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Well, students, so you see, have you seen that features partnership of what are if you get the question, mention any two features, mention any three features of partnership form, then you have to write this. So profit motive of partnership business is always carried on for profit earning purpose and sharing of profit, and whatever the profit earned by partners, that are partnership form that are to be shared amongst the partners. So that is, this is the one profit motive and sharing of profit and losses. in predetermined ratios. So, unlimited liability. The liability of all the partners is unlimited. This is another features. So from here you can write down if the question is asked that what are the features, instead any two, three features, then from here you can mention any two, 3 points, whichever you need. Remember. Okay, now I'm showing you one simple problem how profit and loss appropriation account is prepared. It is already more than 1 hour times. So I'm also feeling tired. So like I will show you this is the profit and loss appropriation accounts to be prepared. Okay. Well, this. All right. This is what is first question is what is profit and loss appropriation account? So here an account this an account which is prepared for the distribution of profit between the partners known as profit and loss appropriation account. An account, okay, and that is why profit and loss appropriation account is prepared. Then profit and loss appropriation account should be prepared to show the distribution of profit among the partners. This one among the partners. Simple definitions meaning. Okay, now I'm taking one simple problem for preparation of profit and loss appropriation account. Here steps are they can this how profit and loss appropriations account is prepared. This it is already you always remember that this one simple just I am going to take only this one problem, this one. Here A and B are two partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3 is to 2. Partnership form sharing profit and losses, and their net profit for the year ended is 50,000. So this will be here. This 50,000, okay, prepare their profit and loss appropriation account for the year ended 31st December 2023 after providing for the following. So partner's salary rupees A rupees 6,000 and B rupees 4,800 salary. Interest on capital 10%. Their opening capital were A 20,000, B 15,000, and rupees 5,000 is to be transferred to general reserve. Interest on drawing A rupees 1,000, B is having 800. So they have withdrawn the money from the partnership form, and partnership form charge the interest on drawing. Okay, that is the income of the partnership form. Now by taking this information, if you need to prepare the profit and loss account, then how it is prepared. And you remember these are the item fixed. So interest on capital always appear on debit side. Okay, salary always appear on debit side. This is the debit side, and this is the credit side. And the profit which is given in the question, this will be always on the credit side, 50,000. This profit is where it is given. This one, this profit amount, this here, this 50,000 rupees. This will come which side? Credit side. This profit amount where this is credit side 50,000. Okay. Then here this is you see that interest on capital they're open. So 20,000 10%, 2,000, and 15,000 10%, 15,000 10%, 1,500. This is amount of interest on capital is calculated. This is I will show you here. This is interest on capital. A is having the capital balance 20,000. So this 20,000 10%, 2,000, and 15,000 10%. 1500 this. So A is entitled to receive 2000, B is entitled to receive 1500. So total 3500. So remember in the questions, if you are getting your interest on capital and you are preparing the profit and loss appropriation account, this is an expense of partnership firm paying the interest on capital to their partner, so it is expense, it will appear debit side. Similarly, if the partnership firm is giving any salary, any commission, these will always appear on debit side. You see here, this is the salary, this is salary amount. Okay, salary amount here, this is salary amount. So A is getting salary 6,000, B is getting salary 4,800, total 10,800. Okay, and interest on drawing, this is always credit side. Interest on drawings, credit side. This 1,000, it is given in the question, and B 8,800, it is given in the question. So total 1,800. Okay, and it is also given in the question that amount transferred to general reserve. This is this one. This is given here. This 5,000 transfer to general reserve. So here, this is the general reserve amount 5,000. Okay. So these are item fixed. In profit and loss account, these item fixed. You have to understand that salary, interest, commission, these are always debit side. And which items on opening profit and loss account balance credit side. If loss, then you have to write debit side. And interest on drawings credit side, and others items interest on capital, salary, commission, bonus, if it is these are given in the question, you write down debit side. General reserve. Okay, now finally the next final step, what you have to do, ascertaining the profit of each partner. Okay, so now the totaling the final step. So totaling here 50,000 plus 1,800. So 51,800 total. And from 51,800 you have to balancing of account, and from 51,800 you minus 3,500 minus 10,000. I will show you in the calculator. Okay, so you see all of you. Again, then there will be a problem. I can't see the questions again. Okay, just I am telling you, all of you listen here. This is your, so total credit side is greater 51,800. Okay, minus 3,500 minus 10,800 minus 5,000. So balance you will get 32,500 after deducting. Okay, 51,800 minus 3,500 minus 10,800 minus 5,000. The balance amount which you will get, this will be 32,500. And this amount shall be distributed between A and B in their profit sharing ratio. So, what is the profit sharing ratio given in the question? So, this 3 is to 2. This is profit sharing ratio. So, uh, then it is calculated in this manner. Here, this is like here, this 32,500, the 3 by 5. This is 3 is to 2 na, 3 divided by 3 plus 2, 5, and 32,500, 2 by 5, that is 2 divided by 3 plus 2, 5, and here 19,500, 13,000. So A share of profit, this is, so A got 19,500 and B got 13,000. So total 32,500. Okay. So here I am concluding today's session. So if you have, this is how it is calculated. Interest on capital rate by 100. So capital is 20,000, rate is given 10 by 100 and 2,000, and B is entitled to receive 1,500. This is calculated. Profit sharing ratio, it is given in the question, 3 is to 2. Okay. So well, so here I am concluding today's session. So if you have any questions, you write in the chat box. I will take the questions. Otherwise, I am concluding. So I hope you have understood about the profit and loss appropriation account, about the companies, and about accounting ratios, all these things. All right, students. Well, if you have any question, you write in chat box. I will take that questions. Well, students, so all of you practice it. Again, we will meet in subsequent class. Where which point you didn't understand? So it is only the revision purpose classes. It will take time to complete this. So in upcoming days, I will take all these things not in one class. All these in one class only one topic like partnership form or accounting ratio or company. So one by one I will explain you, so you all of you attend the classes regularly, you will understand it. So today's I have covered the three chapters. Okay, so it itself, so only I am highlighting that briefly. I am giving you the informations about this. So all these three chapters is only revision purpose. This class is conducted revision purpose. Well, students, so thank you very much. So all of you practice it. Next class we will meet, and next class when I will conduct, so then I will take only one chapters, and in that chapters we will discuss. Okay. So next class, after your internal test. Okay, after your internal test is over, then we will meet regularly in the classes. Okay. Well, students, good night. So I am ending my stream here.